So as for the second question, we're trying to find out the density function of Fy, and we could just simply implement the fundamental theorem, which means that Fy equals Fx divided by the derivative of the gx, the absolute value of gx. And in this very question, gx means x squared, so gx derivative equals to x. And there are actually two roots for the gx equals y, which x1 means the square root of y, and the x2 equals the minus square root of y. So, well, we need to pay attention that x has actually, as x has it's a non-zero value only during over the interval of from -1 to 2. So we could use the step function as an auxiliary tool to help find this out. So when we wrote fx, we could only wrote like this: 1/3 x minus 1 minus x minus 2, and this is we must substitute x with the in terms of y. So actually in this part we have 1 to y, and as for the second, we also have we could do the simplification, and so this is 1 divided by 6y, and there are 4 step. It's actually a summation of 4 step functions. That's it's like that. Because y the square root of y it's always larger, or it's no smaller than 0. So the last term will always be 0, because inside the step function there will be a negative value. So we just cancel that out. And as for all these three values, we can divide y into 3 parts. When y it's less than -1, all three functions are 0. So the fy are 0. Fy it's 0. When y is from -1 to minus, okay, actually if x cannot be larger than could not be smaller than 0, because the square root of y must be something meaningful. So when y is from 0 to 1, we could see that the first item is positive and the third item is positive. So fy actually equals 1 divided by 3 square root y. And when y is from 1 through 4, this one will become and this one will become 0, because inside it's negative, and we cancel that. But and this one is still 0, so we have 1. So we have 1 term. So fy equals 1 over 6 square root y. But when y it's larger than 0, larger than 4, all 3 terms the first 2 terms are all 1. So the overall the overall density function is 0. We're gonna ignore that. And the drawing, it's actually like that. When y it's when y is 0, it goes to 0, and y is -1, we're gonna like this. And when y becomes larger and smaller than 4, and it goes to like that. Eventually, when y gets larger than 4, it becomes 0. That's the drawing is like that.